Hi, I'm Lachelle Atkins, also known as America's Supermom, and I am excited about Go Shop America. This is an opportunity for small business owners to be able to feature their products on TV. So if you are looking for affordable way to distribute your products, and if you're a consumer looking to buy the hottest trends, then I tell you to follow us at Go Shop America.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go Shop America. Okay. So many irons in the fire, but we're really glad that you could join us today. We're on here briefly just to let you know what's coming up for Women's History Month. Really excited about this collaboration because this is our second year. So this is like second annual live event that we are hosting. So really excited for that. So before we get into all the different things, we're going to be covering the people that are going to be there, the speakers, the sponsors. We're going to first start out with some intros because, you get on these videos and you just assume everybody knows what's going on. They know you from back when.
Right.
And they're like, hey, I like what they're saying, but who are they? Okay. So I'm Lachelle, also known as America's Supermom. I'm the mother of 15 children. So, I don't have no time for no excuses, y'all, because I have a lot going on. But it can be done, right? When you learn how to collaborate and network with the right people. So I'm a mental health strategist, and I work with executive women to help them align their brand with their identity so that they can shine in the media. I overcame 13 years of depression with 3 hospitalizations, and I'm passionate about using my story and my message as a platform to elevate the importance of our mental wellness, as well as spotlight other great people who are doing the same thing. So I'm really excited to be here today. We have another guest who is joining us as well. So really excited. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Anita. Please introduce yourself.
Well, look, it is always such a pleasure and an honor to be in the same platform with you beautiful ladies. Look, I am excited about today. I'm just excited, y'all. I'm just excited to have breath. Okay? I'm just glad he gave me another day to get it right and stay right. Look, so my name is Anita Newsom, and some folks actually know me as Anita N, the biz coach. And what I really have a passion for is connecting with people to help them have a voice for their mission and a mouth for their mission as well. So how do we go about doing that? I'm glad you asked. We go about doing that with streaming TV, press releases, magazine articles, telling their story in books. Look, we provide platforms and opportunities for those that make a difference in their world and beyond to be able to reach a broader audience and be able to tell their story the way God intended them to do. So I'm just glad to be here, you all, to talk about what's upcoming. We got some awesome things going on, some events coming up. We have some amazing things going on with ZTV Network. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about that today as well. And just to hear what our CEO is going to be sharing nuggets with us on March 7th. So I'm excited to have her here. I'm excited to have you here, Michelle. I'm excited to be here, like I said. So that's it. That's all.
Awesome. All right. So we are going to turn it over to you, Zandra TV Network founder. So excited for you to be with us this afternoon. So please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, y'all. It's always a pleasure. Y'all know I get excited when y'all say, "Oh, Zandra, can you come?" Yeah, I'll make a way. If there ain't no way, I'll make a way. I am Zandra Evans, founder and CEO of Zandra TV Network here in Dallas, Texas, and I am pleased to be here today. And there's going to be a video coming out soon where I talk about the last 8 years have been nothing but me being a positive advocate for small business entrepreneurs, leveling the playing field so that you can grow and scale your business, not just locally, but globally. And so I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're so excited to have you and really love that whole mission around small business owners because, that's me. I'm a small business owner. You know what I mean? I have 15 kids, which is already a production by itself, but being able to take that time to get away and do something for me, you know, I just didn't have the bandwidth really to do something major, you know, so it is still a work in progress and it's growing over time. But I love how you are passionate about finding affordable ways for people to keep moving and stop making excuses, you know, because people come up with everything. Well, I don't really have this or have that, you know, but you have really leveled the playing field with a lot of things. And I just use myself as an advocate because if I can do it, other people can do it, you know, with far less responsibilities and obligations that I have. So we're here to talk about this event that we're hosting on March 7th. And this is the second time that we've all come together for this event. And so really excited for why people really need to invest in in-person events, you know, because we have the conveniences of virtual, you know, where we have so many things where you don't actually have to leave your home in order to connect with phenomenal people. But I really want to highlight the value that people get when they come to an event in person. So with you, Zandra, let's just hear your spin on this because, you know, we have TV and we have press releases, we have commercials, we have all these things that are kind of like an online virtual presence. But what is your feeling about an in-person event?
Yeah, you know, this is a good question. And by the way, I'm so excited because March 7th, I'll be in the house, not on virtual, because I think it's a different thing that happens in person.
Yeah.
You know, I know that everybody can't, you know, have the same telepathy to send through the airwaves, right? I mean, today, you know, we were just in a meeting and somebody said, I love your energy, Zandra. But that's cool, but it's online. But if you get in a room where you can touch and feel and really identify with another person, it truly makes a difference in your ability to really connect. I mean, yeah, we've learned how to connect virtually. Yes, I'm looking at this little video camera on this laptop. But at the end of the day, connecting with people and feeling the energy in the same space is electrifying. And so that's why you really need to be, you know, yeah, online is cool, but you need to be live too. So I'm going to put it out right now. I implore you to come join us on March 7th. I'm going to be live in the building. Come get some of this energy.
I love it. I love it.
Hey.
And what are your thoughts, Anita?
Look, I'm over here trying to be on all these platforms, right? So, look, I love what she said about the energy, right? The energy, you know, yeah, it's a whole nother level when you in the physical building. You know, I definitely believe in transference of energy, you know, being on the same frequency and vibration, right? That's in the room. God has a vibration and an energy, right? So when you're in the same space, it's such a connection, and that thing can just, you know, it can just do a boomerang in the room, and then somebody can come in one maybe mindset and then be able to leave in a whole total, you know, elevated mindset to be able to do the things that they've been called to do. I love also today, Lachelle, you know, we were in our clubhouse and our guest speaker was talking about how to, and I called it a warm transfer, because I used to be in the industry of corporate trainer, and we used to train people how to take calls. And so I learned what a warm transfer was. You don't just drop, hey, I'm going to transfer you to this department. No, baby, I want a warm transfer. So with that vibration and that thing going around in the room, you can do a warm transfer. You don't just drop somebody, hey, this is your card, I'll take it to somewhere else. No, I'm going to connect you with somebody in the same room. I'm going to let them know who you are, what you do, and how you can possibly support or collaborate. So I love the fact of that energy, that warm transfer that because look, we were doing it last year, and it's going to be even better this year. Because number one, we're going to have Zandra in the room. Like she said, she ain't going to be on the wall, on Zoom. She's going to be actually in the room, baby. So we're going to get that energy. We're going to get the energy that you and I bring, Lachelle. We balance that thing out, and I love how we do that. And, you know, look at how there was a transformation through something we were building as we were flying it with Michelle, one of our new power partners. So I'm excited to be able to, you know, connect with other ladies, to be able to do that same thing and just rinse and repeat what, you know, is already going on. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I love it. You know, and so we mentioned that Zandra was there. You and I were there. We had people there and we had Kim there. Um, why is it important to collaborate? You know, I think this is an important question because I think I lost so much time building my brand, believing that I had to do it by myself, right? I felt like, you know, nobody's going to do it like me, or you can't trust people, or you know, if they give me this, what are they going to want in return? You know, all these different things. But when I really leverage the ability to collaborate rather than compete with people, it really elevated me in ways that, I mean, I still, every day, I'm in awe with people who connect me to other people or inviting me to different platforms and things like that. So, why would you say collaboration is so important?
Oh, who that
Either
for?
one of you, either one of you can go.
I mean, I can talk.
Go ahead, Zandra. I know it.
You
Go
know,
ahead,
I can talk about any subject matter. It don't make no difference because I've had all of it. Here's the deal. Now, I believe that whatever is for you is for you. So let's start out with that premise, because I think if you start there and understand that what is for you and really stand 10 toes down on that, then you understand the power. You talk about collaboration. I talk about extending my brand, because it's no different than saying, what would it look like? I'm running this corporation and I'm trying to post every day and respond to all my posts. Now I need to get somebody. No, that is collaborating. Yeah. I think that we don't even look at just something as simple as that as a collaboration, because what it does, it brings in a different perspective. We need different perspectives in order to lift and to grow our business. And so I believe that collaboration is extremely important. We are not competing for anything, because what's for me is for me. These 8 years of being on TV, if anybody wanted to take these shoes and walk in them in a 6.5, take them. Let me know how that work out for you. So to me, it's that we're not in competition. We should be always in the mindset of collaboration, brand extension. The power of that allows you to lift a heavy load faster.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah.
What's your take, Anita?
Well, look, we're living examples of what that looks like, right? I'm not gonna tell the whole story. You know, I love telling it because it's funny. But the whole way this got started was my gray hair. I'm just gonna leave it there. You got to be in the building to know the rest of the story, okay? So that's how I got started, right? Besides the point that we were already working together, you know, I brought the idea to you, Lachelle. You were like, "Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do it." So here we are, 2 years later now, you know, and it blesses my heart. So to see the transformation and the things that came from it, just because I needed to update my pictures. You know, look at people that we've reconnected with or are connected with to make a difference in their lives. And look, they did the same thing for us. Well, I can speak for myself because, I tell Michelle all the time, I'm just living through you. I'm gleaning off of your shine. All right. It's just been amazing to see what just came from just wanting to create content. Just wanting to update, photos and being able to create reels and things like that. And even learn from each other, even more. So look at all what has transpired, what has grown, what has elevated from just that to where we are now. And that was just through collaboration. That's because we put our minds together, our resources, our connections, and we made it happen. So living proof right here, babe.
I love that. And we have Amy who has joined us. I know you guys did a live the other day. We have Laquita Parks and we have Joshua Lee who is joining us from LinkedIn. Now, I do want to highlight that sometimes people are unable to attend. So I'm just going to use this example with Laquita. So Laquita and I was collaborating with her on an event, and it happened to fall during the time when we got this extremely cold weather in Georgia. And so her event is now rescheduled to the same day as our in-person event. So I want to highlight for people what happens when you can't make an event. You can't attend both places, or, Amy's case, Amy's in Texas. She may not be able to make it to Georgia. So what are some ways that people can support for these events if they're not going to be in the building? And, even last year, Zandra couldn't attend in person, but she was there online. So what kind of support can people give, or how can they show up in the place, even though they're not able to be there live? Yeah. Zandra, what's your take on that?
Absolutely adore this question, because I think that you're the best at it. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead. I think that you're absolutely the best at it. But here's what I believe. It takes a village, for real. Now, let's just talk about the village that has to happen. I believe that we know enough people that we can teleport some folks over here to your event, and you could teleport some folks over there to her event. This is a big world, but having someone that will go and represent you. Now, Lachelle is good at this. Lachelle will not only represent, she sent a little gift package. I'm like, I come bearing gifts when I represent Lachelle. So, okay. And I love it, right? But to me, there ought to be somebody that you should be able to send on your behalf, because you can't be there, to show your support one to another. So that's what I think. That's the number one thing, right? And then the second thing is, if you're selling tickets, buy a ticket and gift it to somebody. Come on now, you can do that. I mean, this morning I was a moderator for the mayor, but I still bought a ticket, right? Because I want to put into the pot of what's going on in for that environment. So I think that there's ways to show support other than just being in the house. But I believe we all got somebody we can send. So that's what I think.
I love that. All right. And I totally agree, because I think, we limit ourselves when we think, oh, well, I can't be there, so there's nothing I can do. Right. There's so many different things that, we can support one another. And, if you're an author, for example, people have books all over the place in their house. Now, why not give them books to somebody else for an event? I mean, that is just like having a billboard in the building when you're not there. Right. So that's just one example. But Anita, what's your thought on how they can support even if they're not here?
Look, all of that she said. So look, ditto. So Lachelle, you taught me, you the one that taught me even deeper how to do this, right? With the things that we do here, for instance, when Zandra was in Georgia, here in the Atlanta area, and you were invited to an event that she was speaking at, you couldn't go. You was like, Anita, hey, go and support in my place. Yeah, hello. No problem. You know what I'm saying? So we do that. We do that for each other. So you taught me well on how to still be in the room and not be there, right? I love the fact of, buying tickets. That was definitely about to be one of my things I was about to say, if she didn't say it, is sponsor somebody else to be able to go, or give a donation. Because let me tell you, we love supporting people in the community, right? So this year, what we decided to do. Last year, we supported and had someone to sponsor a vet business owner. This year, because we're partnering with Whole Life Healing Center, and they support survivors, of domestic violence, we are going to sponsor. We have a sponsor that's already sponsored one of the ladies that's a business owner that has come through Mia Hand's program. So we're excited about that. That's another way people can be in the room and not be there. You can sponsor somebody else to be able to go and attend that maybe either can't afford to go, or maybe you just want to bless them and surprise them. Hey, girl, I know you down there. I'm over here, in Texas. I'm over here in California, but I can't be there. But how about I bless you to be able to be there in my place and bring back all the goodies, from the event when you go. So I love how we've been able to do that. Another example of what it is to collaborate and what it is to still be in the room when you can't physically be there.
I love that too. And I would even say too, if you can't make it, reach out to the people who are hosting the event. I have done this so many times, and I've gotten on a Zoom call with them, or they include me in their next event because I just reached out and said I couldn't make it. Or send an invitation to somebody that's on LinkedIn, and maybe you can't make it, but you can connect them because they might support one another for the event.
Mm-hmm.
You can just share the event on your social media pages, right? How many people like, oh, I wish I could be there? Well, share it, because somebody else might be able to come, right? And they might not even hear about it because you haven't shared it. So I love what you guys were saying about that. Now, we're going to be talking about branding, right? This is the main backdrop for this event. So it's hashtag get branded. But I want to throw the mic over to you, Zandra, for you to kind of mention in 2026 some of the new things that we have through the network that are affordable for people to help to build their brand and their visibility in the event that they can't make it in person.
There's so many, have y'all ever had a situation where you say, okay, we're going to do this? Sometimes you could be ahead of your time. And maybe you don't even name it, right? I don't know. But we are back to brand spotlights, because to me, nobody can introduce and tell your story better than you. You have got to become one with this little dot camera on your laptop, on your phone. You can tell your story. And so we got this new thing. It's really not new. It's really a high level elevator pitch called Brand Spotlight. We're bringing that back around because what we realize is your brand needs the visibility. And all of these things is going to help with your SEO. It's going to help with your hashtags, everything that you need. So that's one. The other thing is we've got Go Shop America. Now, listen, I'm excited about Go Shop America because all you authors and, they got books, and you probably got a whole bunch of books in your house. Lachelle just talked about it. I got some from 2019 when I worked my first book. Listen, you still got books. Those books can be featured on Go Shop America 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by an unbiased host that's actually going to promote your book. So authors, people with products, people with services, we don't care. Our goal is to level the playing field for small business entrepreneurs so that you can have the same services as a large to mid-sized business. So we created a shopping channel. It'll be starting late April. So I'm just saying that's available. And then the next thing is called ZTV Fusion. And we're excited. We're excited about this service offering because literally, don't you get tired of whenever you do a video and you send an email, you have to put a Vimeo link, or you got to put a YouTube link, or you got to put some link in there. No more links. What if you can send your email and it's embedded already in the email that you never leave the environment? I think that's really amazing too. Anything to help a small business. And then last but not least, bumper ads. I think bumper ads are the thing. We're going to have them on Go Shop America, everywhere through Go Shop America. So people are there shopping. But wouldn't you want your bumper ad, 15-second ad talking about your business to also appear on Go Shop America? So we're just trying to make it where you can see yourself anywhere where other people can see you that may not be on social platforms. That's who we are. I'm the TV lady. I'm done.
I love it. Well, I want to ask for people who, I don't know, I don't want to sound salesy, or I don't know what to say. What do I even have a business that's worthy of a commercial or spotlight? What would you say to that person? Because that is sometimes a fear.
I would tell you yes. Now, that's one of the things that we've been working on. So y'all going to see this. We're going to start talking to folks about this. Listen, I don't care if you're an early stage entrepreneur. Like I just started. Well, guess what? You need to be on TV talking about your story of getting started. And then you need to come back 6 or 8 months later and talk about your progress and your challenges, because there's nothing wrong with having challenges in a business. So we're going to try to re-educate and reframe our mindset that even an early stage entrepreneur that's just getting started, you probably just got the name of your business, you still need visibility. Start early and you're going to see that the first 8 to 10 pages of Google is going to be about you, because after all, Google is the source of truth. When y'all going to understand, either you feed Google or you fall behind.
Love that.
Oh.
Love that. Now, so Anita, you know, when you're thinking about branding, because, you know, this idea was kind of, you know, you're the visionary behind the whole get branded concept. So what are your thoughts about for people who feel like, you know, oh, I don't know, I'm just not big enough, or, you know, I don't have enough followers, or, you know, I really don't even know about social media. You know, I'm just on Facebook. I don't know some of these other X and all this other stuff. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is, you know, something that I share with people a lot of times, and when I'm talking, you know, about things like this, is do it scared. Mm-hmm. Do it, you know, because it's something bigger than you, right? Mm-hmm. When you're given something, a vision or something, and it's right here and easy to get, I mean, are you going to appreciate it? Is it something that's going to make you grow? It's already at your level. So why not stretch yourself and be able to, you know, put yourself out there globally? I mean, you know, it's all about mindset, really. You know, it really starts here. So once we, you know, people can get out of that mindset of, oh, I'm not big enough. Oh, you know, I don't have enough of this. Oh, you know, whatever. Stop making excuses and make moves. That's what I say. Stop making excuses to keep yourself minimized and get up to the level of where you were created to operate from. I mean, I'm talking to the screen, but I'm talking to me. I had to talk and tell myself this same thing, okay? And then them days when I be like, girl, let's just lay here today. Let's just, you know, I just, you know, we ain't got to get up. No, we getting up. No, we gonna get up and we gonna make moves, because, you know, when you get stagnant in something, you know, I think about the Dead Sea. It doesn't move. It's dead. It has no life. It can't make, you know, it can't make changes. It can't influence its environment. Well, not in a positive way, at least. So when you're not moving, when you're not progressing, when you're not stretching yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. I was just telling somebody today, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, reaching out to folks I don't know. So here we are on this Zoom, we talking. So get out of that comfort zone. Get out of that mindset of, this is all I can do. No, it's not. There's so much more. And there's so much more you can do together. So joining a team like ours, look, there is limitless. The possibilities are limitless. All right, drop my mic. Go ahead, Zandra. I see you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've one last thing, because I feel like we are so, what's wrong with us? Because we don't really understand that you need a media coach. Now listen, people know this better than you. But if you follow the recipe, if it happened for me, it can happen for you. But there's a cadence, and there's a process. You can't circumvent the process and expect to soar. There is a process that you have to go through in order to get to that next level. People like Lachelle, people like Anita, myself, there's others that are great coaches that can coach you through the process. But it's like we don't understand the power of investing in your own self. You're the most valuable asset and a true resource. If you don't invest in you, who's going to do it?
Come on.
That was a mic drop. I love that, because I think, you know, we get in our own way. Okay, we get in our own way. I was in my head too much when I first got started. I had a coach, right? I had to get somebody that would help me focus on the things that matter and prioritize for the right stuff. And so I think that's another benefit of coming together live, because you get that accountability, right? You get people who are maybe starting at the same level. Maybe they're a little bit ahead of you, but you have a community that can help you to get out of your head, to take some action, to move, or even if you just ride their coattails and move with them until you're able to fly on your own. I think that is one of the things that really sets us back, because we're afraid to admit what we don't know, what we're scared of, what we're uncomfortable with. But when we do that, it's amazing the progress that we can make. So I just think that's amazing. So, it's 30 minutes already, y'all. We just don't want to put too much on you. I mean, I feel like I can be shooting you with a fire hose of water, okay? With all the ideas I have, it's just not enough time, right?
Ever.
Baby, just look it up.
I'm just saying. Yes. People are like, girl, I can't do all that.
Look here. Going on? I know that's right. And if you come on March 7th, listen, it's gonna be some fire hose moments. Because I have a lot of energy behind this, because it's been 8 long years. And to me, I know that it works. I'm positive. It's not a possibility. It's actually, it's literally a guarantee. It's a guarantee. I can guarantee you that things will change for you. But before y'all live, ladies, I just said, somebody is asking for the Go Shop America. It's GoShopAmerica.com. Yes. Go to GoShopAmerica.com. Learn about how that can help you. When I tell you, where else are you going to be able to do what you could do on TV? You're missing a whole audience. I mean, an entire audience. They're not on social media. But I guarantee you, we on this call today and somebody watching TV right now. Don't you want your products and your books and everything else in front of them? GoShopAmerica.com.
So true. I love that, and it's true. And I think, there's enough room for everybody, right? There is enough room for everybody at the table. And that is so important. And I think also, I just like the fact that while I'm sleeping, people could be learning about my products or services, and I'm in the bed. Or I'm on vacation, right? Or I'm doing something else with my family, right? So I think, we have to learn to leverage our presence online. Yeah, you can be on Amazon, right? Online, but just think about how you're able to curate and be intentional with the places that you show up, right? You can put that link for that segment on your email signature, right? You can send it out in your own personal email. I mean, there's so many different things. Like I said, I can't give y'all everything, because you can just come in person and find out more ways and strategies that you can leverage how you're showing up in the marketplace. So I do want to yield to you, Anita, to share any final thoughts, anything you have coming up before we go today.
Look, I'm just going to focus on March 7th. Look, that's enough. That's enough. And the fact of all the things we're doing, at ZTV. So I just want to remind everybody that March 7th, 2026, it is going down. We're getting branded. We are bringing vision to the room so that you can go out in the world and make a difference. Be more visible. People will be more aware of who you are, and you'll feel more confident about it, because you got some folks that know what they're talking about, and they can back you and support you, right? So March 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be in Griffin, Georgia, baby. Look, you need to have your face in the place is all I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you got to get on a plane, a train, or automobile, it don't even matter. Just be in the place, baby, and we're going to bring everything else you need. That's all I got to say. I'm out.
I love it. And hey, just show up as you are. Hey, show up as you are, and we'll take care of the rest. I think that's something important to say as well. Because people are like, well, I don't know how to do my makeup, or I don't know what kind of content to make. Just show up, right? Just show up, and we got you. We'll take care of the rest. All right. So Zandra, we're over to you. Your final thoughts, anything you have coming up, going on at the
I got a lot of things
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm going to say is, if you listen to this, y'all need to start looking for information about the Zonti Awards, the 3rd annual Zonti Awards. Let me tell you what, this Zonti Awards on June 13, there are going to be big players in the house, from ABC to Netflix to talent agents. get your ticket. And if you can't be here, buy a ticket. And it's you know somebody in Dallas, get them. They need to come. June 13th. We're excited about that because that is what we are calling the Emmys of Dallas. And this is our third year. So it's not like we just starting to do this. This is our third year. We're excited about that. So be on the lookout for that. And for all of y'all that's listening, go to GoShopAmerica.com. Figure out, listen, that right there is a new thing. So those two things are the two most important things that I have.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here. You know, stay tuned, stay informed, follow everybody who's here on the broadcast, as well as our guests who have been with us. We've got Laquita Park. She's a publisher. She is doing phenomenal things. She's a speaker. She is a writer and contributor to a digital magazine, I Am, who is also a power partner of ours. They are producers on Zandra TV Network. We've got Joshua Lee, who is very active on LinkedIn and Substack. He does networking events, so follow him. And we have Amy Bearden, who is here. So she is all the way from Texas, y'all, supporting today. So want to thank you guys so much for joining us. But I encourage you to just reach out. Sometimes you can close an opportunity before it even begins, right? Maybe you can't make it in person, but just simply, hey, is there somebody that I can connect you with? Or what is it that you need? I mean, a lot of times we have things collecting dust around our house or in our offices, and we could simply be a blessing to somebody in their event, and it doesn't really have to cost us a lot. So really encourage you guys to really think about building relationships this year and ways that you can collaborate and co-create things. I think it's amazing. So we want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to put it in the comments and we'll be sure to address them later. And we are going to close off this episode with a testimonial from one of our attendees from last year, Michelle Clarkson. So in the meantime, you guys go and be great. And thank y'all so much for watching. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
I had the opportunity of attending a Get Branded event in March hosted by Anita Newsom and Lachelle Atkins, in which we were taught strategies on how to brand your business, how to gain visibility, what exactly branding is, and just those skills and tips that you need to take your business to the next level.